How's it going, everyone? Jiraiya Gaming here. Welcome back to episode number 42 of my Jiraiya's Topic Wednesdays. And of course, guys, this have a little bit of branch off if you guys will see pretty much on the thumbnail that we're going to be talking about. And I think these are very, very big key factors pertaining to teens and what teens really need to have to make their life productive and to become productive citizens and not a menace to, of course, society. With that said, I also think that society does play a part too as well in some of these factors. And I've really ruined it for our kids these days as well, aka our teens as well. And I'm going to give my thoughts and opinion on it. I want you guys to definitely give me your thoughts and opinion on it, so be sure to definitely get involved. Let me know your thoughts and opinion in the comment section down below, and of course, as well as leaving any suggestions you guys may have for a topic idea if I haven't used it already. Now, with that said, let's get straight into this one. So the first thing we're going to be talking about is going to talk about, of course, respect. There's a lack of respect amongst teens and even younger kids as well in society, and it's absolutely rotten. I mean, I really thought about putting some videos and articles in, of course, the description so you guys can check out some of these videos, but I'm sure a lot of you guys may have seen some of these things already. In fact, I believe in one of my first videos, topic videos I did, kind of point this out a little bit too as well. There was a little kid, and of course, they make him in one of those what do you call it, I believe it was Chuck E. Cheese if I'm not mistaken, and just the way he was going on spitting at a lady and so forth, etc. And it just shows you, and most of the time, if I was here to saying, what you see a kid does is what they're learning at home. Sometimes that's not always 100% true. Sometimes I feel like not everything totally what you see they're doing, but they are learning some of that stuff at home. And then sometimes on the flip side, their parents can be very strict and they're doing this totally on their own and rebelling against their parents, and of course peer pressure, etc. And again, the society, what they're seeing in the news, seeing on TV, the fact that a lot of kids know their parents can't whoop them or punish them to a certain extent. I think you should be able to give a child a whooping. Of course, not abusing your child, but I do think you should be able to give them a whooping. So that's just my opinion when it comes to that, and I think that definitely doesn't help the parents, so to speak. I mean, the parents have no power nowadays to intervene and of course deal with their kids accordingly, without people accuse them of being too physical or being too abusive, and some stuff are just not abusive, but because of that, I feel like there's a lack of respect. A lot of kids these days are not going to respect. They're disrespectful to their teachers, the school they're going to. I mean, we see it all the time where the kids are disrespecting, making videos. I mean, sometimes we see them on the train. Some of these kids are very young, their teens going up, sometimes even a little older. I mean, you're seeing adults doing it too as well. So why wouldn't teens feel they could follow suit to do it? And again, it just demonstrates the lack of respect that's in their community. Some of the parents don't say anything. I saw a few kids went to the park recently, and there was a little boy there talking to like 4 girls and calling them all the names in the book because the little girls didn't want to play with him. And they went and told his mom, and his mom told them to stop playing with him and why they're abusing him. And she was there listening to all of this, but instead of taking her son to the side and said, "You're being disrespectful, why are you talking to the kids like that?" And they never cussed at him or anything to that effect. She never did that. Instead, she jumped to the side of her son and never demonstrated him to have respect for the girls, which would be a good way for him to grow up knowing that he needs to have respect for females and himself and just anyone else in general. But these are where kids are lacking respect. They don't get it from the majority of the parents, and they're not getting it from society as well. They're living what they're seeing in the news, on TV, these world stars, and even YouTube themselves, all these fight videos and videos of people disrespecting other people. I mean, and it just it gets imprinted into their mind, and they feel they can do the same thing as well. Now, the next thing we're going to be talking about is going to be morals. The lack of morals. The teens of this generation is absolutely ridiculous. Now, I'm saying this because, of course, I'm in a supervisor position. I deal with a lot of teens sometimes, especially that are in college, are just coming out of high school or just about to graduate high school. And a lot of them, I mean, the morals is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, everybody looks at it as just, making money, having a check, and enjoying. I mean, that's all they think about is just party, 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 party. And no one has any morals in what they're doing, self-respect for themselves. And it's just absolutely mind-boggling. And I never thought that it was that bad until I got into the position where I'm hiring, teens, like I was hired back when I was, of course, going to college too as well. So it just demonstrates just the lack of morals in, our generation at the moment, or maybe not so much our generation, but the younger generation. And then the next thing as well, while we're on the topic of me being a supervisor, will be, of course, the work ethic in our younger generation. Nowadays, it seems like everybody wants to be a famous superstar, a famous this or famous that. You kind of see the same thing on YouTube too as well, with everybody wanting to be a famous gamer or a famous YouTuber. Kind of the easy way out, so to speak. And the thing is, not everybody is going to hit that. Not everybody is going to be that popular on YouTube. Not everybody is going to, blow up and become the next big thing, the next big sensation on YouTube. Sometimes that is down to luck and just your material that you have, you as a genuine person. I think if you're someone forcing something, forcing yourself to be something you're not, it's not going to work. And right now, I think we have a lot of that on YouTube. People forcing themselves to be something they're really not. Again, for their stardom, for that power, and for that fame. And instead of just enjoying yourself and doing what you're doing, and if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, oh well, you're just enjoying yourself on the journey and kind of sharing yourself. Versus now, everybody wants to, maximize everything. Everybody wants to get there that quick, and it doesn't work that way. It really doesn't. And so, I feel like that was a big thing that we needed to talk about, because the work ethic is just really poor, and it seems like work ethic has been taken over by fame, and everyone wants to be a basketball player, everyone wants to be a football player, and that's just not going to happen. Just because you can throw a ball doesn't mean that you're a good footballer. So hopefully you guys get my point. The point that I'm trying to make is just like you see, a lot of kids now are getting into drugs and selling drugs and want to be all these different outlandish things that sometimes it doesn't fit them, or they can't even get to that point because they don't even have the backing to get there. And when I say backing, I'm talking about they don't have the degree, they don't have the social skills to back them up. I mean, yeah, some of these kids that dropped out of school and want to be a superstar. I mean, it doesn't work that way, it doesn't always work that way. And sometimes they don't have anything to fall back on, and the next thing you know, they fall back on doing street things, again, aka selling drugs, dope, etc., or trying to find the easiest way out for making money, or the quickest way to make money, rather. Now, the final thing we're going to be talking about is going to be, of course, discipline. This falls under the same thing as respect, in my opinion. Very similar. And the discipline, again, falls under, of course, the parents. The disciplinary actions have been taken away from, of course, the parents. Nowadays, parents can't even handle their kids. We've seen so much videos with kids. There's one video, if I can find it, I'll put it in the description too as well. There's one child that was in the store, and of course the mom told him, you cannot bring that soccer ball in here, it's just not allowed. And he absolutely had a fit. I mean, he was absolutely out of the place, hitting her. She was wrapping her foot around him, trying to control him. And if that was me, he would have got a whooping from me. Not to be mix or familiarize with, of course, being abused. I'm not for abusing kids. I'm just there for punishing them. I think they should be punished, and sometimes you can use a belt to put them on their bottom. Of course, you don't want to be whooping them in their face or anything like that. I mean, I think that is abuse. But yeah, a stern talking to sometimes can do the job. But sometimes if you don't have a father in the house, they don't grow up with that, stern man figure in the house, and therefore can overrun the mother too as well, which is what happens sometimes. So that's why I think it's a big issue when the parents are not able to punish their kids. And the older the kids get, then they have no fear for the mom as well, which makes it very difficult on the mom as well, and therefore sometimes are very likely to be very less disciplined when they go out in the real world. And discipline comes with a lot of stuff. You gotta be disciplined, with knowing that hard work pays off. There's a big lack of that nowadays. I mean, like, again, that's another thing that's shown on YouTube as well. There's so much people that are so not disciplined in their own goals. I mean, you start out, I can't tell much people that I've met that I've started out and done 3, 4, 5, 6 different YouTube channels. I mean, and the thing is, like, for example, I'm on 195 subscribers now. Yes, I would like to grow and get big on YouTube, You don't want to have 1 million subscribers. Yeah, it would be nice to have. If is that my goal? No, it's not my goal. I'm just enjoying myself. You know, showing you guys what I enjoy doing. But at the same time, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, I'm not losing any sleep over it. Whereas you have a lot of people, they see someone else doing something and getting big on YouTube and automatically, oh, I can do that too as well. And they jump straight to teens. Obviously, not all teens are the same. You have some teens definitely have the morals and respect, work ethic, and so forth that they've learned from their parents. But you do have a lot of kids these days that don't have any of that. And that's all I have for this week's episode. Maybe a little bit of a longer episode, but wanted to share that with you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts and opinion in the comment section down below. If you guys enjoyed it, be sure to leave a like, share with a friend if you think they may be interested in hearing it. And of course, as always guys, if you enjoy the content, be sure to definitely subscribe. It means a lot. And of course, that way you can be up to date with all my latest uploads. With that said, I'm your Jiraiya Gaming. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys in the next one. Peace.